Hi everybody, I'm Rosemary and welcome to my 12 Styles Christmas series, where I'll be sharing some fun, unique, and budget-friendly ideas in all the many styles of Christmas. This is part 9 of the series, and I've been having a lot of fun showing a multitude of different styles, but in this video I'll be focusing on the rich colors and old world style of jewel tone Christmas decor. For the first DIY, I'm going to use one of these glitter garland trees, which I'm just going to remove that glitter garland, and when I do, it looks like this. It's just this green skeleton remains, and also a margarita glass. Both of these are from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to take both the tree skeleton and the margarita glass and paint them both with some of this brilliant gold spray paint. And then here is what they look like once they are finished. Now I did take one of these small Dollar Tree Christmas balls in gold. I didn't want to pull it back out after I stuck it in there, but I just squished it way up to the top, and then I just began hot gluing in larger balls because they will fall through. They have to be the kind of mid-sized balls there that they have at the Dollar Tree because they'll fall through the little grating there if they're not. But I do use the smaller gold ones to kind of fill in some of the spots where the two or three of the larger balls wouldn't fit. So I'm using 3 of the different colored, the green, the red, and the blue in the mid-size Christmas ball from Dollar Tree, and then that small one I just have in the gold. And then I'll just continue placing them into the tree skeleton, I suppose you could say, and then just kind of hot gluing them where I can. Just want to kind of keep them in place because especially when I flip them over now, I need to have them where they will stay secure so they don't fall into the glass. So once I have those all put in, all the Christmas balls put into my tree skeleton, I'm just going to flip it over, and then I'm going to take my margarita glass that I've painted with the gold paint, and I'm just going to add some E6000 glue there to the rim, and then just place my Christmas ball tree right on top. And then here is the finished project. You can see how pretty it looks. You can make multiples of them and create a great look for your Christmas decor. For the next DIY, I'm again going to be using the gold spray paint, and this time I'm going to be spraying this bath mat that I got at the Dollar Tree. Now here's what it looks like once it's painted. Now I only painted the center section. That was just because I'm going to be cutting off those ends, and I just wanted to conserve on paint. And so I'm just counting in 2 rows there from where the pattern kind of goes straight, where it's not on that curve, and then I'm just going to take a scissors and cut that piece off. And then this leaves you quite a nice sized piece. You can even do another project with that. But I'm going to just put that aside for now because I want to go back to this main piece. That's the one I'm going to be working with on this project. And so on this other side, I'm going to just cut right where the pattern again goes straight. So it goes on that curve, and then right where it goes straight, that's where I'm going to make my cut. Next, I'm going to take a Dollar Tree tall cylinder vase, and I'm going to be using the bath mat as an overlay. And so I'm going to be doing this though not as a vase but as a candlestick. So I'm actually going to flip the bottom to the top so that I can have a candle sit on top. And then I just want some of that top scalloping to be a little bit over the edge. So I measured it so that the bottom will have this nice flat end, but then the top will have that scalloped edge. And also I'm going to be using, instead of this kind of dome-shaped side, which would make a gorgeous overlay, it would be so pretty just like that, just without anything on it, just a gold overlay would be gorgeous. But what I want to do is use that concave side because I want to put gemstones in the spaces there. So I'm going to be actually using it on the kind of outside. And so I'm going to just apply it with some E6000 glue, put it in all the places where the domes will touch the vase, and then I'll just wrap my bath mat, my vase in the bath mat. And then I just added some rubber bands to secure the mat in place as the glue dried. And now it's time to bedazzle. And so I'm going to use some of these Dollar Tree gems. I have these red rubies as well as some of these diamond snowflakes. And so I'm going to do the red rubies first, and I'm going to apply those all to the little round sections, as you can guess. And next I'm going to go ahead with my little snowflake diamonds and add those in the spot in between. kind of catacorner and in between. And then once that was done, I went back with my blue and green gemstones, and then here is what it looked like when it was all finished. A very festive Christmas, not only jewel toned but bejeweled Christmas decor piece. Now don't forget though how pretty it looked just doing the plain flip side in the gold only to make a beautiful year-round piece. And then let's keep the bedazzling and bejeweling going with the same gemstones, but this time I'm going to be using this gorgeous charger plate that I found at the Dollar Tree. So this one's a little different than their regular gold charger. It has more of an antique finish and larger little dots there along the side. It's really pretty and the perfect piece to include in this old world jewel toned style. So I'm going to just add these gemstones around the edge of the charger. I'm going to use some of this Ultimate Craft glue to apply the stickers. Now they have a sticker on the back, but of course you want to use a little extra glue because you want those little gems to stay on. So what I'm doing is I'm just counting down 11 little dots, and every 11 dots is where I put the next little ruby. And then in between, I'll alternate the green and blue little gemstones. And then here is the finished project. Wow, what an upgrade. It makes a beautiful display piece, and you can also use it as a charger plate for a place setting fit for royalty. For the next DIY, I'm going to use the shower curtain rings from the Dollar Tree. And so I'm just going to make sure that the clasps are joined together. And then I'm going to take 2 of the shower rings. I'm using some zip ties. I'm going to zip tie the 2 together right there at the clasp. And then I just want to pull the 2 rings side by side, cut the tail off of that zip tie, and then I want to go ahead and make 7 of these sets. Now I'll be making a tree out of these rings, so what I want to do is take 2 of the sets and zip tie those 2 together, and then I'll take those 2 sets, so those 4 rings, and zip tie those to a 3rd set of rings to make a 6-ring row for the bottom level of the tree. Now for the next level of the tree, I'm going to go in between there with single rings and just zip tie those single rings to either side there of the clasp at the bottom of the ring. So I'll put 1 to the right of the clasp and then 1 to the left of the clasp. And then I'll repeat that for the entire row. For the next row, I'm going to take 2 of my 2 sets that I've joined together and then do a single row again on top of that, and then 1 of the double sets, and then a single one there to the top. And then I'll take my last double set and I'll just create the tree stump at the bottom and then spray everything with the gold spray paint. And then here's what it looks like after it's been painted. And now I'm going to just, again, one last time, or maybe not, maybe I do a little more bedazzling in the next DIY as well, but I'm going to do a few jewels here. These are some gem jewels that I got from the floral area at Dollar Tree. And in that little triangle there on the first row, I'm going to put all of the ruby colored ones, and then that second row will get sapphires, and then I will alternate it all the way to the top. And I am attaching these with some hot glue. And then here's another look at the finished project. This piece makes a beautiful wall hanging for a touch of jeweled glamour to add to your Christmas decor. For the next DIY, I'm going to be transforming these plastic nutcrackers from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to be painting them with some chalk paint to give them more of a wood finish look. Now this is going to be kind of like paint by numbers in that I'm going to simply paint the plastic with the same color or close to the same color of the chalk paint. So for example, for this nutcracker, I'm going to just use some of the Waverly chalk paint in the color lacquer, and I'm just going to go over all of the red and paint it with this chalk paint. Now this one I did give 2 coats to, and again, I'm trying to do here is to create a difference in the texture. So I'm trying to transform it from looking less like plastic and more like wood. And so I'll just continue painting the nutcracker changing all the colors as I go, making sure to also get the hat as well as the boots. And I'm just going to be painting over all that gold trim because since I'm going to be using some of this gold leaf to paint the accents. And so I'm going to start with the cuffs, and then I'm also going to paint the epaulettes there at the shoulder. I just love using gold leaf. A little bit goes a long way and it gives a great gilded effect. I'll also be using it on this, I don't know what this is. This is like an axe sword jousting thing? I'm not certain. But anyway, anything that is a gold tone on my little nutcrackers, I'm going to cover in this gold leaf. And I'm also going to do the buttons and the other decorations on the uniform. Now, I did remove the little beard before I paint it, and so I just got some hot glue and stuck that back on. Now, you know we weren't getting out of this without at least a little bit of bedazzling, and so I took some of these Dollar Tree Gemstone Stickers and placed them around his crown and his boots, and even gave him a couple of diamond cufflinks. His little friend got a ruby crown along with some diamond cufflinks and also some diamonds on his boots and belt buckle. And then this guy got a large diamond snowflake on his helmet, as well as some diamond cufflinks and boots. And then this guy got some emeralds and pearls. And then to create a base for my nutcrackers to stand on, I took these little present ornaments from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to remove that top, and then I'm going to paint them all with some of the gold spray paint. And then I went back and just painted all of the bases that were attached to the nutcrackers with the gold leaf paint. And then here is the finished project, our 4 Dollar Tree nutcrackers painted in beautiful jewel tones with just a little touch of bedazzling. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this latest edition of my 12 Styles series. Please leave me a comment and let me know which of these was your favorite. And if you enjoyed the video, please give a big thumbs up. If you would like to check out more videos in this series, as well as some great gift ideas, you can click on one of these videos here. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.